Hey, quit your job, become a reseller, start a YouTube channel. Your life will never be the same.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 kids. And the last handful of days have been not great sales numbers, and we really need to get that turned around, but let's look at the 7 things that have sold in the last 2 days. So this old Caterpillar retiree shirt is on a Screen Stars tag, if I remember right, yeah. And Screen Stars is definitely something to look out for. Good prints on Screen Stars tags can do really well. This is single stitch. This is old school single stitch. Probably, given that tag, it's probably from the early 80s. And this sold, I paid $5 for this a long time ago, but I got a whole bunch of shirts for $5 a piece. And this one sold for $14.99 plus shipping. I bought this on Whatnot, and it is, see if I can make it go. So that flip book, I thought I had, like I took a video of it doing it, but it was a flip book, but it didn't, I didn't press record, so you didn't get to see the flip book thing, sorry. And I paid $2 plus whatever the 50-cent shipping or whatever. If you order things on Whatnot, what often happens is the first item, it costs like $6 to ship, and then the next item's $1 to ship, and then it becomes a quarter, and then 2 or 3 will be free, and then the next one's $1, and then the next one's a quarter. Like, they try to calculate what real shipping is based on the weight that the seller puts in. So anyway, I didn't pay much for that. It sold in 2 weeks for $23 free shipping. I got a GameCube that was like really bad. There's no way it was going to ever work again. But it had these 3 things on the bottom, and so I paid $10 for it. I peeled these off, and they sold for $10 plus shipping to somebody in Canada, and I was able to sell a couple of the other parts off of it too. And so if your GameCube has those, they're valuable all by themselves. These are in pretty bad condition, considering. If somebody's going to buy replacement parts, they probably want something that doesn't look like that. Paid $4 for these pennants, and at the time I didn't even know that there were 30 teams in the MLB, but this is all 30 teams represented from 2007, and they're all in excellent condition, sold as used. Took about a week, and I got $24 free shipping for them. These Vans I would have paid $7 for, and I thought at the time they were going to be a $25, $30 plus shipping pair of shoes. And I got a million lowball offers. I put them up for $27 free shipping, and I got $17, $15, $20 offers the whole time I had them up. And I'm like, no. And then finally somebody sent me a $21 offer, and that was the highest one I'd seen for a while, so I took it. Evidently, they're just not as good as I thought they were. So they sold, and it took probably 6 or 8 weeks for them to sell for $21 free shipping. This I got in a bulk buy that was like somebody traded me their whole Bambox collection, Loot Crate collection, like hundreds and hundreds of pieces for a pretty rare poster that I had. So that's not the kind of thing that I would just intentionally pick up, but it's worth selling. $9 plus shipping, but it probably had it for a year. And then you guys were with me the other day when I picked up this ottoman. The steel case in the Noel International is notable. IKEA Poang footrest for $7 at Goodwill, and the Goodwill I don't normally go to. And it sold in just under a week and is completely dismantleable. This is the hardware pack and should make it significantly easier to ship. And it sold for $50 plus shipping. All right, well, this day is not going to look at all what I thought it was going to look like. I found another box of RC car parts, and so I'm meeting the same guy in a different place, about a half an hour from my house, the same as the other place. It's halfway for him, and it's a town where there is one thrift store, but it's a turd. Maybe we'll run into that thrift store and see if we can't fluke into something good. and I'll make some money. But man, are your sales crazy down this week, which is the middle of March? Because me and all of my friends we are not getting much at all. I'm like, and I admit that I wasn't doing a great job for a couple of days, but even still, I was doing $200 and $300 days, and now I'm doing $25 and $75 days. And so I got to get this ship turned around in a hurry, and it'll happen. I don't have a bit of doubt that I'll get there, but it's not fun being here. So let's go make a cash sale and make up for some of my deficits on eBay. So as a general rule, I don't shop at this chain of thrift stores at all, because normally their prices are so high that it's laughable. But I was in the neighborhood doing other business, and I haven't been in here in probably 2 years. So let's go see if there's something. Evelyn got picked up by grandma today, so it's just me and baby Ruby for an afternoon. Oh, that's the lid to that, but this is $10. Chateau Buffet made in the U.S. So this isn't terrible. That's the lid. It's $10. Chateau Buffet probably would be $40, but the sell-through is pretty low on the entire brand. It's like 50%, but then that looks like there's 4 listed, and I didn't see any sold for that particular thing. So this would be okay. The sell-through rate's not great on it. Breville is a decent brand, and there are some sales velocity, but at $15, and it's supposed to have a catch cup, I think I'm gonna leave it. And I'm not sure if it's not as bad as I remember, or if Goodwill has brought their insanity more into line. That's an interesting piece for $5. I don't think it's interesting quite at that high of a price. T-shirts are $3.50 and sweatpants are $3.99. These look like good shoes. American Gentleman made in the U.S. They are not. I wonder if that's always like that, or if this is the there's no way that's a new rack. There's something interesting over here, but I bet it's real expensive. $45 and $50. That's just sad. Yeah. And I don't even think those are, I was gonna say those are not men's sizes, they're women's sizes. They don't look like men's cuts. This is really weird. This is the t-shirt rack, and like everything, every shirt on here is like this, like somebody's personal, like the high school, or somebody's event, or a marathon. There are no licensed apparel anything. That's weird. Okay, so these are Florsheim Imperial, but they are not 5 nail. So that would be a good get if you turned it over and they had 5 nails in them. They might still be almost worth picking up if they were cheap, but I don't see a price on them. And Mark shoes are $5. Used printers you get anywhere else for $5 because they know nobody knows whether or not they work. This was the best printer I ever had, incidentally. And I understand that if you're a hammer, all the world looks like nails. And if I come into this place with a bad attitude looking for bad prices, that's what I'm gonna see. But I've been at this a long time and I'm not seeing anything worth the time it takes. I am not at all shocked to be leaving with nothing. It's just kind of par for the course at Mission Mart. It's overpriced nothing. I think they must let their people pick the stuff first, because I have never seen a thrift store that everything is, all the t-shirts, every single one without exception, is like an event that happened 3 or 4 years ago. Not a single like Mario Ninja Turtle reprint from Walmart 3 or 4 years ago. Not a plain camo t-shirt. It is all exclusively like Jones Family Reunion, 5K for breast cancer, like that kind of crazy, like that kind of stuff that is totally worthless. Like, say, is it possible that all they're getting donated? Maybe, but I'd be shocked. But there was nothing of value that I could find, even, and the stuff was kind of high priced, the stuff that had individual pricing on it. The general t-shirts for $3.50, but there were none that were vaguely interesting. So I don't know how a place like this stays in business, but there must be something going on I don't see. Maybe they have a website they're selling that stuff. Maybe they have like somebody they wholesale the good stuff to. And whatever they're doing, they have 2 or 3 stores in their chain and they do reasonably well, but it's not even like I haven't gone in there in 2 years and felt like it was worth the time to go in at all. Every time I keep going in and saying, well, maybe something's changed, maybe I'll get lucky. But in probably 4 or 5 visits in the last 3 years, I haven't left with one thing. So this place used to be my home court advantage store, but I don't get this way enough to really get in here enough to know that I got, a look at everything that they have on offer. So I don't do as well here. I really like this. I want it. How much is it? That means somebody else bought it, which kind of sucks. It's a picnic table with 2 benches. And I know that recently they have been marking up their small appliances, but I still find bangers in here when I come. Cranium games are everywhere, guys. If you can find the caribou version, you'll do well with it. How about a whole bunch of Barbies for $7? My last Barbie show did well on accessories, but the dolls didn't sell for nothing, even the vintage ones. $3.10. The Scion car brand looks reasonably new and legitimate. So let's see if this is lunacy or anything up here is worth getting. Oyster, I have this at home already. $5.60. $8.11. Stir Crazy is still here for $25. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's been long enough that it's half price, but I don't think I would buy it for $12. I'd buy it for $6, $7, $8. I don't think I'd go above that. Here it is, a Jack LaLanne power juicer for $11. If it had the tool, you could recoup that on just the tool. You can look down here and see what the blade looks like. That might be worth getting, but I don't think I'm going to pick it up today. Record player with a record still on it, and I knew it was going to be. For some reason, this store has always put record players at like crazy prices. Found a couple good things on this rack when there was a new rack sitting here the other day. So this is interesting. Large Columbia PFG, one black, blue, light blue, medium blue, baby blue, green, tan. This one's Bass brand. And those are Bass brand, but there's another one, 544. Not familiar with that. Mojo. That is very interesting. And even at $100, if it's sealed, even though it's crushed, it might be worth buying. I doubt it. If it were not crushed and sealed, it would almost definitely be worth getting. I don't know what the price is, but I know those black box, big box Lego stuff. So $100 would be a good price if you wanted to have it for yourself and it was in a box that was in good shape. That would be a reasonable price. But for a box that is crushed and that is not in great shape, and trying to flip it, it's not worth remotely that. And on this exciting episode of Mod Pop Thrift, watch as we leave multiple thrift stores completely empty-handed.